All right, Shalom. I am your local neighborhood brew, Ban Shemayim, back with another one. And this video will be called The Recession is Here. This time will be different. And I'm going to go over why I think this time will be different. I got some articles I'm going to start off reading at the beginning of this video. And then we're going to go into some videos where people give their breakdowns of going through the recession because people are already starting to feel it and what the future of that recession is. Now, part of what I'm trying to get to explain to people is this going to be different. Normally in a recession, okay, I'm back. Salaki, I had to mess up recording that first one. Okay, so in a normal recession, you lose jobs, right? Prices go down, right? The recessions have to happen that fixes economies. Prices go down, and then things become cheaper, rent becomes more affordable, everything like that happens, and then businesses start booming. Once things hit that bottom peak and people are able to start spending and buying again, uh, that's when business rent goes up, prices start going up, right? Because there's more people spending, right? That's business 101, right? Supply and demand. Depending on how much supply you got and how much demand there is for that supply, that dictates the price. So the more people lose their jobs and have no money to buy things, the more the price will go down and things will become more affordable. That's just a normal recession. That's how it normally works. That helps rebuild the economy and get bad money out of the economy, right? This is just basic economy stuff. Now, what's going to happen this time is when these people lose their jobs this time, when you get these millions and millions of jobs getting lost, and they've been planning this for decades, computers are going to replace those people, right? So normally at the end of the recession, people get hired back, or throughout the recession, people get hired back, job numbers get stronger. This time, there'll be no hiring these people back because once they get rid of you, they have all of the industries taken over. They got Chat GTP. They got robots building robots working at restaurants already in the United States, where they're making the food, where they don't have a person, not a soul in a restaurant. It's all automated. So everything is already coming automated. And that's what these first couple articles I'm going into is going to show you through articles from a journalist that this is what the future is. This is what's happening. They're going to do away with people and bring in the robots, right? And everything is going to become automated. This article right here is from EdNet, right? It says 80% of enterprises will have incorporated AI by 2026, according to the Gartner report. And what that means is these businesses are incorporating AI into their decision making. So who is AI? AI is going to be making the decisions of who should we hire? Should we hire more people? All of these big decisions because they're getting incorporated into these companies. This article right here is from the Michigan Journal of Economics, right? The logistics of artificial intelligence and how to use the tool in real life. There are not enough training programs for people to adjust to the new AI world. It makes people who are already working in low-income professions even harder to develop skills and empower themselves economically. Now, this is the part I wanted to get to. The purple part is very important. It says, since the 2000s, automation systems have already eliminated 1.7 million jobs. This number is only going to increase as AI plays a bigger role in everyone's lives. Some have predicted that AI is going to take away 85 million jobs by 2025, right? And this was written in 2023. It says the contrasting view believes that technology will drastically improve conditions of the economy because AI will increase the efficiency of workers, right? So this is what I was saying. Once they put AI in place to make decisions, who do you think AI is going to, what do you think they're going to do? If they could hire more machines, which cost less money, which is more efficient for the company, do you think that they'll bring back people, which is going to cost more money and hurt the company more? You just got to bring logic into it. I know people who own businesses, and I know brother who's thinking about bringing automated machines. I know a couple of brothers who's thinking about bringing automated machines in, and they're in different fields like trucking and such. So this is important. This next article is about to break down what they truly feel, what the tech industry truly feels. You're going to find a lot of articles that's going to say that, listen, we're taking the jobs away, but we're going to replace jobs. Jobs are going to become better. But this is their true answer for what they're going to do once the job disappears. Let's get it. All right. So this is from The Week. It says Big Tech's answer for AI-driven loss. Universal basic income. See, that's their goal. That's their plan. Universal basic income. Remember these names because they're going to go over it. Silicon Valley. Support for the UBI is premised on the notion of AI-driven job losses. See, they know that once they put these machines in, people will not be brought back to the labor market. So they're already coming up with a plan called universal basic income. And this is what I believe. It could not be true. We don't know. This is not biblical. I'm putting it partially behind the Bible, right? Because the Bible says that before that system that you can't buy or sell without the chip, America has to fall. So I believe that America is going to fall before this is established, which means we don't have much time here, right? And then this big tech idea of AI is going to be established. But I think before America's fall or during its fall, we're going to see the sweeping in of artificial intelligence to take things. Let's continue on with this article. This says, one of Silicon Valley's favorite ideas isn't really tech driven. The universal basic income, cash aid from the government, no strings attached, is the tech industry solution to the anticipated wave of job losses created by the rise of artificial intelligence, NPR said. That's why OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has spent the last few years funding an experiment in giving people free money. Do people sit around and play video games, he asked in a blog post, or do they create new things? Now we have some answers, right? So this is their future plan. This recession will not be over by people going back to work. This recession will be over because they're going to create a new system in which to pay the people to not do anything, to just continue to be sheep. And I know that sounds good to people. Like, I get paid to do nothing. Trust me. Anytime you're given something, they want control for it. They want to control everything.
Lee is much more talkative about another threat posed by AI. He explores the coming destruction of jobs in a new book, AI Superpowers, China, Silicon Valley, and the New World Order.
AI will increasingly replace repetitive jobs, not just for blue-collar work, but a lot of white-collar work.
What sort of jobs would be lost to AI?
Basically, chauffeurs, truck drivers, anyone who does driving for a living, their jobs will be disrupted. And many jobs that seem a little bit complex, chef, waiter, a lot of things will become automated. We'll have automated stores, automated restaurants, and altogether in 15 years, that's going to displace about 40% of jobs in the world.
40% of jobs in the world will be displaced by technology?
I would say displaceable.
What does that do to the fabric of society?
Well, in some sense, there's the human wisdom that always overcomes these technology revolutions. The invention of the steam engine, the sewing machine, the electricity have all displaced jobs, and we've gotten over it. The challenge of AI is this 40%, whether it's 15 or 25 years, is coming faster than the previous revolutions.
It is officially time for a recession in the United States. So the SOMRO, which officially predicts when a recession is going to be triggered, has officially signaled the start of a recession. And the news of this spread really fast, impacting the markets almost immediately. We can see that the S&P 500 was immediately impacted by this news that just dropped a couple of hours ago, dropping 2% and losing $112 in value. Also, at the same time, stocks lost $2.9 trillion because of the fears that this is going to be a global recession. So we've been talking about a recession for 2 or 3 years on this page, and it seems like we're at that point now where it's here and it's about to get ugly.
Something I think people don't talk about enough is how hard it is working in retail right now during a recession. Like my manager is constantly coming up to me and telling me, "Hey, this is what we're down this much, do this so we can improve our sales, we got to reach our goal." But every customer that comes across me is telling me and complaining to me about how they don't have money. Most of these people that are coming to us are either senior citizens who have retired or mothers with children to take care of and mouths to feed. It's like, yeah, while I am trying to, make a little bit of the commission that I make on the side, I still want to be, understanding of the person. And I feel like I'm constantly being like pressured in order to sell more, sell more. And it's just like, bro, these people genuinely do not have money. And I'm being pressured to sell more. I'm being told, well, make sure you try to get them to get this. Make sure you try to get them to buy multiples. And it's like, most of them don't even want to buy one. How am I supposed to get them to buy multiples? And I feel so bad when I show them the price of the items that they're looking to buy because they're looking at me like, that's the price. And I'm like, yeah, like I
We're in trouble, you guys. We're definitely in trouble. We are in a silent recession right now. Tell me why. I just paid a full extra dollar for a 16 ounce with ice cup of coffee just now. A whole dollar within a day, jumping from $5.75 to $6.75. And I'm a long-term type of guy, so think about it. An extra dollar per day is roughly about $30. Times that by a year, 12 months, that's an extra $360, you guys, per year for one cup of coffee. That's if I get a cup of coffee every day. I usually do, but we'll round it about maybe $3 extra $100 per year. If I can dollar cost average into any of these tokens, XLM, XRP, that's a way safer bet than spending almost $400 more on one cup of coffee. We're in trouble. I don't know what you guys are doing, but whatever you're doing, move faster, because we are for sure in a silent recession right now, because things are going up significantly. I understand 25 cents, I understand even 50 cents, but a whole dollar within a day, that's troubling. Get your house in order.
We're experiencing something worse than a recession. We're experiencing stagflation, something not seen in this country in 50 years. There are really just two things to understand about stagflation. One, that it's really bad, and two, that economists say it's really rare. Stagflation means stagnation plus inflation. Stagflation is so terrible because it means that the economy isn't growing, companies aren't hiring, and it's getting more and more expensive for people to afford to live. Sound familiar? No, wait. You can check the definition for yourself right here. Read it and weep. And congratulations, you're living in a historic time period in American history. In fact, stagflation is so rare that economists used to think that it was impossible. All that changed 50 years ago in the 1970s during the great stagflationary period of the US economy. Another reason why stagflation is so bad is that certain measures to improve inflation, like keeping interest rates high, tend to hurt the labor market even more. It's a dilemma for government. But despite a sluggish labor market and demand dropping, we're still seeing historically high prices across the board in the economy. So congratulations, America. We're living in times not seen for 50 years. As always, for more interesting and informative stories on tech, business, the economy, and jobs, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel here on Instagram and YouTube.
I work a retail job in the lumber industry. Right now, building is slowed down so much, dramatically. In fact, it's the worst in housing starts. If I remember right, it's the worst in housing starts since May of 2020, which was like the height, the peak of the lockdowns, right? So here right now, we are experiencing a retail environment that is exactly the same as the peak of the lockdowns. I have just about as many customers coming in as I did then. But we don't have anything going on in the economy that would create that situation, not like lockdowns. But yet that's what we are experiencing within the store right now. This morning we had, I think, 3 customers in the first hour, right? Now, there is moments and times in which that it does get busy, but it's not like it was. And when you think about that, the starts on housing is the same as it was at the peak of the lockdowns. That's scary as hell. And there's nothing going on, right? Nothing going on that would cause that to happen except for people's perception of what's happening within the economy. Scary times.
33% of all Americans are holding a second job right now to pay their bills. And that is the highest level since World War II ended. The U.S. is in a recession, firmly 2 years of recession, but we don't feel it because we're told that's not happening. When I was growing up, recession was 2 quarters of a shrinking GDP. Now they added jobs to that to balance it out. But if you added credit card debt, the highest amount of credit card debt in the history of plastic, at the highest rates in the history of interest rates. Why? If we're doing so well, is the average American family banging a plastic card? We have used car dealers around the country. Their inventories are exploding. This is a real indicator of like, okay, we got problems now. Rents are flat or decreasing. Mortgage applications are at the lowest level of 15 years. Every day, people are being screwed right now.
Okay, if y'all made it to the end of the video, I just want to say Thawada, which means thank you. I hope you get the drift that I'm going with this. Like I said, this isn't a fully biblical article, but it does have a biblical basis, because if we read the Bible, it says that everybody in the beast system, right, the Antichrist system, under the beast will have to worship the beast, right, and have a chip or a mark on their arm or on their forehead, which we know now in 2024 that that chip or the mark is the chip, right? Even if you look it up by definition, it explains that, something that itcheth under the skin, right? So it explains that you're going to have some type of technology put into you. At the same time, it explains that that happens in the beast system and not in the daughter of Babylon, which is the whore who sits on the beast, right? Which the 10 kings, which is Europe, in Egypt and all the places that Rome conquered, the breaking down of Rome, it says that the 10 kings will give all power to the beast and to the beast system, right? And it also says the 10 kings will hate the whore that rides upon them and will burn her, right, with fire, or strip her naked and burn her with fire. So I just wanted to put that out there, that I think that America's fall is going to be happening before all of this is complete. And that's why it's going to be great for people to get into the word, understand the laws, try to keep the holy days, fast and pray, and do anything you can to put yourself just a little ahead. It's not much. Like I said, I don't have anything, no income, I'm disabled. I don't really have much going on at all, right? But I try to stock up, and whenever I have anything extra, rather it be from food stamps or whatever, I try to stock up something so I could get it wrapped up and prepped up, so we would have longevity in case we could not afford to go get food, or there was no food to go get, right? Because before the new system is put in, they have to create chaos in the current system, right? Because it says that out of chaos they create order. So in order to create the new world order, like that man wrote on his book in the video, they got to bring the chaos first, right? So just to be prepared for that, because God wants us to be prepared. Like he says, a good homeowner would have not suffered his house to be broken into. That means that you're watching and preparing, and you're prepared for the things that's going on. And this is just something that's going to happen. There's no way around it. So just to be prepared for this situation, and just take anything you can, extra canned goods, get that little bag of rice or whatever, and seal it up so it can last for 20 years instead of what, the 6, 8, 10 months that they last, maybe a year that they last. Now it can last for 20 years. Just little simple things like that will push you guys ahead. I wasn't going to make a video talking about the recession and it just be all Debbie Downer without giving some light. The recession doesn't mean that it's over, you don't have a chance, and we shouldn't think like that. Just because things aren't the best for us, or in the economy is getting worse, we believe in an almighty God, right, who can do anything, who's going to make sure that we're okay. And it might not be okay in the means that we want it to be okay, but it's going to be okay for him the way he wants it, knowing that we'll make it through his guidance, no matter what we're going through, right? So on that note, in order to have that faith and believe that we're going to make it through, there is no faith without actions, right? You have to put in the work. There is no faith without works. Without works, faith is void. So we must put in the work and do the little things, which should be the shining light in all the darkness that we're going through. These little bitty things that we do that God will allow us to accomplish, you know? And we got to try to accomplish them while we can accomplish them. Because God's got many people he could just call and get them to accomplish the next task. So if we don't do what he's trying to get us to accomplish, and it be for ourselves, God will just call somebody else. Like the Bible said, there's many calling, but there's few chosen, right? So we want to be the ones who do the work and be the chosen. On that note, Shalom and Barakatah.